I want to speak about the NFL quarterback Lamar Jackson. I want to give a little bit of his beginnings and lead him up to now. Understand, Lamar Jackson did not come out of high school with a lot of praise for his quarterback. He was recognized as a great quarterback in the Florida area where he was, enough so that he won what was known as the Lou Groza Award in 2014. This gave him the distinction of being the best quarterback in the area where he played ball. Now, this was not enough to give him the quarterback love that a lot of other quarterbacks were giving coming out of high school at that time. But it was enough for him to get a scholarship offer from the University of Louisville with the head coach, Bobby Petrino, which gave him a lot of NFL readiness with quarterbacking. While at the University of Louisville, he gathered up a lot of highlight reel material. It doesn't matter how many 50 or 60 yard touchdowns that Lamar Jackson threw. Most highlight reels was him showing his escapability and running for first downs and even long touchdowns. After so much of this happened, he was given the tag more of a running quarterback than he was of a throwing quarterback, though he threw a lot of college touchdowns. His time at Louisville under Coach Bobby Petrino made him a household name. And his Lou Groza Award and everything else. But it wasn't enough. It was the type of thing where it happens. Somebody plays quarterback in high school and they're just a college quarterback. They, and we can associate who they is, did not associate Lamar Jackson with being an NFL quarterback. Highlight reels be damned. But with Lamar Jackson, you got a little bit more, and a little bit more from his freshman year to his sophomore year to show that this man needs to be watched, that he is doing amazing things at the quarterback position. Lamar Jackson, at age 19, won college football's Heisman Trophy Award. So not only is that saying he is the best quarterback at the time, Heisman Award means you're the best football player at the time. And the thing that the world should have recognized would have been a dream come true. But that was not the case. Immediately after winning the Heisman, he was shelved back. And the next year, you have someone like a Baker Mayfield who won the Heisman Trophy in the next year. And this is who they look for as the prototypical quarterback, not a running quarterback like Lamar Jackson would have been. So, coming out of high school, winning awards, in college winning awards, is this enough to let Lamar Jackson be recognized as a great quarterback? Nope, not according to they. All the highlight reels that he was given, the Heisman meant nothing. So now in college and ready to turn pro, you have supposed draft experts like your Mel Kiper. What does Mel Kiper say about Lamar Jackson? Well, Lamar Jackson, he cannot play quarterback in the NFL. He's more of a wide receiver. This is coming out of draft expert Mel Kiper. And he wasn't the only one. A lot of your ESPN pundits, calling Lamar Jackson a running back, a wide receiver, a defender, but not a quarterback. So now you end up having someone like Bill Foley, formerly of the Indianapolis, Indiana Colts, who is quotes as a genius because he selected Peyton Manning over Ryan Lee. And he refused to see Lamar as a quarterback, potential quarterback. And in my mind, when I hear someone say the words that Bill Polian says, comes from the old racist trolls type of words. They'll say things like, he needs to play receiver or running back or defense. He just doesn't have the capabilities to throw the long ball. He wouldn't be able to call plays and all that type of stuff. But those are cold words. A long line of years of cold words when it comes to black quarterbacks. If Lamar had been a white quarterback doing what he does, he would be loved without question. All we have to do is see Josh Allen to understand. They're very similar. They're very capable. They are very good both. But Josh Allen gets the love, the affection, the quarterback, best ratings. Lamar gets that he's playing out of a position, which is crap to me. Why did it become a question that Lamar Jackson could not be a quarterback in the NFL? Well, this is the history of the NFL. This is not nothing new for some of you who don't understand where this comes from. This goes back to some days of black quarterbacks. This is where black quarterbacks had their height questioned. They had their hand size questioned. They even had their intelligence questions, wonderfully. So great and historical black quarterbacks came through the NFL. We have to look at quarterbacks like Warren Moon, who came out of the University of Washington in the early 80s as a great quarterback. But they tried to get him to change positions. So he decided to play in Canada in the Canadian Football League, where he broke records in their version of the Super Bowl or the Grey Cup, until he played so many years in Canada and then came to the NFL at an older age and tore the NFL up with a bad Houston Oilers team. But he was still recognized as a great quarterback. Then you had a player like Randall Cunningham. He had the height, he had the abilities, he had the arm strength. He had the Philadelphia Eagles always playoff bound. I'm so sorry they didn't get to win a Super Bowl. Maybe Randall Cunningham would get more love than he did. But Randall Cunningham came from NFL royalty. His brother, Sam the Bam Cunningham, played in the NFL. So he saw a lot from his brother. Randall Cunningham did amazing things, but was always quoted as the black quarterback up until the person that we got to compare Lamar Jackson to, someone like Michael Vick. Michael Vick is a wonderful quarterback, had great arm strength, but all of his highlights want to be shown as him running and his escapability. Now, I want to add one more quarterback to that list, and that's a Chicago Bears quarterback by the name of Vince Evans. Vince Evans was amazing to me. Being a Chicago Bears fan that I am, watched him be a great quarterback, backing somebody like Bob Avellini. And every time Vince Evans got in the game, pew, he had to run the ball. We got a black quarterback out here playing. Chicago Bears got a black quarterback. Got to throw the ball. Nope. Pew! Running the ball. So this has always been the thing that's been going on for the longest time with the NFL and the black quarterback. So no, at one point I am not surprised that this is still going on. But at the same time, I am surprised that it is still going on. Saying that we just spoke from the 70s to the 80s till now, when you even had someone like Russell Wilson come out of college and they want to talk about his hand size. Now you got Lamar winning, doing great things, but always having questions out there. When I spoke of Bill Foley of the Indianapolis Colts, I'm speaking about a good old boy network. And then from the Colts, he ended up becoming on television on ESPN as a draft expert. So you already had Mel Kiper downing Lamar before he even became an NFL quarterback. You had Bill Foley downing Lamar before he could even get a first snap. Bad enough. Then you get even black people like this bum Booger. What did Booger say? Booger says, quote, "If the Ravens were thinking about Lamar's future, they would move him to the wide receiver. That's where he would play in the NFL," end quote. So it wasn't just white people that said it. It was still black people that said it too. But it was still a trope. It was still a thing. The man never even got a chance. So what happens when Lamar is ready to go into the NFL? Waiting to be drafted. So many teams refused to even bring him in for tryouts for quarterback. They wanted to bring him in for tryouts for wide receiver, defensive back, and those type of things. This is a slap in the face and should be a stain, an embarrassment to ESPN for saying those things and all those other stations that said it, and for the NFL for allowing it to happen. To see what we almost missed as fans as a great quarterback as Lamar Jackson is turning out to be now, was not even given an opportunity to try out for a position. And then, of course, they're always one of those that, oh, you got to be a thinking man to be a quarterback. And a lot of these guys don't have the mental stamina to think like a quarterback. Full of shit. I'm crying bull crap on it. It is what it is, what it is. Lamar Jackson eventually was selected as the final pick in the first round, pick number 32, by the Baltimore Ravens. Now, I'm not trying to put Baltimore in the hero's position right here, because Baltimore also had the 25th pick. They could have got him then, but they did not. They took a tight end that did not work out for them. They traded up to pick number 32 to get Lamar Jackson. And the reason why I'm not excusing them is because in the first year of Lamar Jackson's NFL season, yes, Baltimore eventually named him as a starter. And yes, Baltimore made the playoffs in the first season with Lamar Jackson. But no, they did not treat him like a quarterback. They had him running that ball like a damn running back anyway. So here are a lot of my problems with this. And I'm ready to expose it out now because everybody's trying to look at the after effects as if Lamar had a straightforward path to come to the league and have a fair chance to make a quarterback run, which he did not. Everything that I'm stating is a matter of record and easy to find. Now, in Lamar Jackson's second season, when they started treating him like a quarterback, Lamar Jackson excelled immensely. He even became the MVP of that season in the NFL unanimously. He was only the second person in the NFL history to be voted MVP unanimously, only to Tom Brady. And as a side note, Lamar Jackson got a second MVP where, if it wasn't for one racist voter, he would have been unanimously voted in as MVP for a second time, and would have been the first person only to have two unanimous MVP votes. So he got the vote for MVP, but he got every vote in one voter who should have lost his abilities to vote in MVP voting in the NFL ever again. There is no doubt in my mind had Lamar Jackson been of another ethnicity, that he would have been beloved all the way through his quarterback journey. He would have been not so easily doubted as he was. Lamar Jackson was belittled. He was shitted on as a star in the NFL. And he was basically bullied, if you look at it for what it was. When you listen to these talk shows, when you hear them talk about him, you even have situations that question his thought in the fact that he did not hire an agent. Lamar Jackson was represented in the NFL by his mom, his mother. I love the whole story of it. Her name is Felicia Jones, represented him. Some say agent, some say manager, but however you take it, she handled her business and she handled it well. Side note, she kind of reminds me of TV series The Game, when the quarterback Malik had his mom, Tasha Mack, be his agent. But back to the story. His mom, Felicia Jones, actually did a great job representing him, getting him paid well, not letting him fall for okie dokes, not letting him be trampled upon. Now, all of a sudden, the league has feelings about the fact that he didn't hire an agent. It's none of your business who he hired. If he hired an agent, so be it. If he didn't, what they got to do with you? League. No, you don't want to talk to his mom. Don't worry about it. She represents him. Talk to her. So that is a wonderful story, and probably a movie for us in the future to come to. I can't wait to see it. Lamar Jackson has 2 MVPs to his name. And after this season that he just put up, the records he just did, Lamar Jackson is breaking records so much that it's never been done before. And when you break records that hasn't been done before, that means you're doing something that hasn't been done. That is what the definition of an MVP is. So I highly expect that Lamar will get his 3rd MVP this year. But still, after all that Lamar Jackson has done, you still have people out here that's ready to crap on his name. So what excuse are you going to use now? He said he couldn't play quarterback. He could. He said he couldn't throw downfield. He could. He said he couldn't win this or that. He did. So your last excuse is about to be used up. You said, that he has problems in the playoffs, that he can't handle himself in the playoffs. As we speak, Lamar Jackson just won a playoff game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which gave him a career playoff record of 3-4. But what his naysayers refuse to say and refuse to tell is how does that compare to other NFL quarterbacks? Let me be the one to tell you. Let's look at Justin Herbert of the Chargers. Every time I turn around, someone wants to down Lamar Jackson and pick up. You got the name Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and on and on. But here's the thing. Justin Herbert has never won a playoff game. His career record past this weekend is 0-2 in the playoffs. Compare Joe Burrow of Cincinnati. Burrow has a playoff record of 5-2, but 3 of those wins came in one playoff series, which catapulted him to the AFC Championship. Then there's always those who want to compare his record with Josh Allen, who is 6-5 in playoffs, which gave him 3 playoff wins in a row and took him to the AFC Championship loss. My point being on this subject is this. Whenever you go towards Lamar Jackson with your playoff hate, Lamar Jackson can't win the playoffs. Neither has Burrow, neither has Herbert, has Allen, but who has? Patrick Mahomes. Everybody has a Patrick Mahomes problem. Patrick Mahomes has a playoff record of 15-3 and has won 3 Super Bowls. Now, if you want to compare Lamar to Patrick Mahomes, then do so. But let us make sure that we're comparing every quarterback to Patrick Mahomes. Don't compare Lamar Jackson to other quarterbacks who have not went any further than he has. And if you're one of those that want to sit up here and accept the AFC Championship played-in game as a honor, you're a damn fool. It's Super Bowl of busting here, baby. So let's recognize what the real is. And when haters try to do things and try to sidestep us and sidestep us into hate that we're not going to follow. Stop repeating the hate. And I know if anybody's followed me and know how I'm a Chicago Bears fan. Hell, I wish the Bears would have drafted Lamar Jackson. I don't know. They would have let him succeed like Baltimore had done so. But the thing is this. Lamar Jackson is my favorite player to watch in the NFL. My team is the Chicago Bears. Lamar Jackson is my player to watch. And I'll give you another clue. My second favorite player to watch after that is Josh Allen. They play alike. They're very similar. Don't nobody want to be in front of them when they running downfield and already broke past the big defensive lines. They running past these dudes and they running over these dudes, both of them. I hate when somebody wants to compare one of those to the other when they play in the same exact way. So with that being said, I wanted to get this out here about Lamar Jackson because I have a sneaky feeling that this will be the year that Lamar wins that Super Bowl and more likely get the Super Bowl MVP following in regular season MVP. So for all of y'all out there that's hating on this dude, stop it. You don't have the ammo, you don't have the proof, you don't have nothing to say against this guy. Let's just watch and enjoy him while we can. So with that being said, I hope that you all will give me some likes, subscribe to me, give me some comments. Bye-bye, y'all.